Hey kids, you're listening to the internet's wettest podcast about video games, consoles, and pancakes. The SML Podcast.
We start the show?
Yeah.
What, Jacob?
I said no. You should let me go take a nap.
No.
Why not?
Because?
You don't need sleep. Sleep's for the weak.
Well, yeah, I'm weak.
Well, if you wouldn't stay up until 3 playing Disney Dreamlight Valley.
I mean, to be fair, I was up until like 7 this morning playing games. So
what games?
Disney
review
Dreamlight
games.
Valley.
No, I don't have that one.
Not yet.
I doubt I ever will. It's a
bullshit.
It's a garden farming type game, isn't it?
I mean, it's like Animal Crossing with Disney.
I don't like the whole.
Yeah, but I'm not really a fan of I'm not really a fan of Animal Crossing. Yet here I am, like fucking talking to the fairy godmother, trying to figure out why all this shit's happening in Dreamlight Valley. So
because you touch yourself,
they'll get you eventually, Aki. Somehow, some way.
I highly doubt it. Anyways.
What's up, everyone? This is the SML Podcast. I'm your host, Joe. Jacob Garner Aki, you're here. How are you two doing?
Yeah. I've been better.
Good. Very good.
Yeah, I'm here. I was on time too.
I know. I was listening to Sleeping Beauty by A Perfect Circle, and I saw you join chat, and I was like, no,
3 minutes early. 3 minutes early.
Like, he can wait. Makes me wait all the damn time. It can wait.
Yeah, usually by 5 minutes.
A Perfect Circle takes priority.
Okay, I mean, I just sat here talking to Aki. Like,
oh, man.
It wasn't the worst time I've ever had, but it's
close.
Definitely. No,
damn well should be close, but
it's definitely not in my top 1,000 moments of my life, though.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Have you had 1,000 distinct moments of your life?
Every time he hits a bong.
Every shit is a moment in my heart.
I was about to say,
that too.
Every time I go poop. 1,000 moments a week.
7 times a day, 365 days a year.
Jesus, that's a lot.
Well, I like my fiber.
If I had to take a dump 7 times a day, I don't know. No wonder some people never get fucking anything done. Jesus Christ.
Anyway, speaking of things that were shitty, Summer Games Fest was today.
There were some good things in it. There was a lot of boring shit in it. There were some good things.
I had to go with the segue. Summer Game Fest was today Jeff Keighley's 2-hour extravaganza of trailers and hands-on and trailers. And boy, were there trailers of games.
Yeah, there was like 8 good games on there and only 6 of them I care about. And that list might shorten. And there was 25 games on there or something?
They showed a lot, and there was a lot I really just didn't land with me. But they started off really strong with the Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, a brand new 2.5D platformer from Ubisoft coming out in January.
I heard it described as a Metroidvania.
It might be.
I think it was Polygon that had said that.
The problem I have with it is they didn't show any time rewind abilities, which is what Prince of Persia is all about, and they didn't show any of that in the trailer, I don't think. And that worries me.
Why?
Because it means there might not be time rewinding powers in it, which is what Prince of Persia is all the fuck about.
Does every single one... I've only played...
I think the original, the Nintendo or whatever version of it didn't.
Yeah, I was gonna say
all of them since the PlayStation.
Okay, yeah, all right then.
When you think of Prince of Persia, all of those do.
Right. Okay. So all modern Prince of Persia games.
I believe so. Anyways, pretty sure they all do.
Either way, it looks good. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited. Neat. I just would have liked the
time rewind
being shown.
Yes.
I just want grumble.
Hey, I know what I want. Fuck
grumble.
They also showed Alan Wake 2, which is awesome.
That's like an hour later in the show. What the hell are you jumping so far ahead for?
Because I'm pretty sure that's the very next thing I care about.
God damn, Aki, we have a fucking format sometimes.
Yeah, and it's which ones I care about. That's the format. Everything in between.
Anyway, fuck everything else. Devolver happened. No. Anyway, they showed off a lot of footage of Mortal Kombat 1. And it looks like bloody fun.
Yeah, that was pretty fucking awesome. That trailer was great.
The fatality montage at the end was pretty delightful. I'm someone who thought The Last of Us 2 was way too violent, but I love the violence in Mortal Kombat. I think it's because it's so over the top and cartoonish.
Right. I mean,
not
it always has
in reality.
Right.
I don't know. Ripping someone's heart out could be real. I saw Jean-Claude Van Damme do it once. Who's in Street Fighter, or who's in Mortal Kombat 1? God, I can't talk tonight.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when did he show up in the trailer?
No, they announced him. They talked about him in the little back and forth they had. They said that it was like a dream that they had from the very first game that it's finally a reality now. They finally got him involved and he's doing voice lines and all that shit.
Yeah, which, I mean, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, well, that's coming out September 19th. They showed off some footage for Path of Exile 2, which looks really good. The brief glimpse that they showed. They showed a very unique crossover. Exoprimal is going to have a crossover with Ryu and Guile from Street Fighter 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what Exoprimal is.
That's the new Capcom, like, Dino shooter that they're releasing in July.
Oh, the one that we all thought was going to be Dino Crisis, and then it wasn't.
So, are they adding the main character of Exoprimal into Street Fighter 6, or are they adding the Street Fighter characters?
They're adding the Street Fighter characters into Exoprimal. It's going to be DLC this fall.
If you can, sure you can a dinosaur. I'll be pretty hyped for that.
That'd be pretty great. Fucking uppercut a dino. What's up, T-Rex? Hadouken!
I would be so for that. That would actually probably make me want to play Exoprimal, because I'm not sure if that's really up my alley. But if you give me the ability to fucking uppercut or do that spinning kick, hell yes, I will
find out this fall when the DLC comes to light. But some DLC that's happening in July is Nicolas Cage joining Dead by Daylight. They revealed that not only did they get his likeness, they got his voice doing all kinds of lines and dialogue for the game. He said from the one-liners to the tiniest grunts, they're all him.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And he's playing Nicolas Cage.
Well, I mean, who else?
Yeah.
I mean, he could have been one of the hunters and played the vampire version of him. That would have been pretty funny.
Could have. They showed a trailer for The Witcher Season 3 Volume 1 because I watch a game show to see Netflix trailers.
Yay. Yeah. That doesn't have Henry Cavill. I don't give a shit.
It does.
It does, yeah.
I thought he was...
It's season 4.
Oh.
Season 4 is going to be the one with Liam Hemsworth, and then they've already renewed it for Season 5, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, Witchfire was shown off. It'll be releasing in early access in September.
That one had too many flashes of stuff. I kind of dropped that one immediately.
It looked interesting, but I'm not sold on it. Wasn't that like the first-person magic shooter?
Yeah. All I remember was lots of bright flashes of like them casting like maybe a spell or something, and then shooting the shit out of things with assume probably a blunderbuss or a shotgun or something.
Nah, didn't really do anything for me either. But
it's more fun if you imagine Aki saying a blender bus instead of a blunderbuss.
It's a blender bus, of course.
Kind of.
Crossfire Sierra Squad was shown off for PSVR 2. Military shooter, whatever. Remnant 2 got a brand new gameplay trailer. That's coming out July 25th. I didn't realize that was so close.
Nor did I. Damn.
Yeah.
The first one was a decent game. I have it on Steam, and I've played it with a friend of mine. It's not bad.
You have friends?
Yeah, I know. Shocking. I have a few. I don't have many, but I do have a few.
All got like one. Sonic Superstars was announced. A brand new 2.5D Sonic game with co-op, and it's coming out this fall.
Okay, 2.5D. I'm probably for it then. That's probably going to be a good one.
Did you not see the trailer for that one?
No, I did not.
Oh, it looks so good.
Yeah,
I was like, wow,
saw
they finally just released a Sonic game without the bullshit. I mean, the multiplayer might be the bullshit, but we'll find out.
Well, you said
the gameplay itself looks good.
I look forward to my kids fighting each other over that game.
Well, they can play it together.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Remember?
No. That's what I'm saying. They're going to fight each other during the game.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how the fucking co-op's going to work, because when you say 2.5D, my brain just goes to the original Sonic games, and I'm like, I don't know what you're going to do with two players in that. How is the screens going to work, and so on and so forth.
Magic.
Maybe.
Honkai Star Rail got a brand new trailer, and they announced it's going to be hitting PS5 in Q4 of this year.
Yippee.
Yay. New trailer and release date for Lies of P.
Yes.
Everyone's been excited about this one. Aki, are you
yes.
Check out the demo?
Yeah. Probably. I might.
I
very well might. Let's see if I have room on my Xbox for it then. Like, I've been looking at this and Steel Rising, I think, were the two games had been looking forward to well before Steel Rising came out. And I got the two of them confused regularly. And I always knew Lies of P was going to be Pinocchio. And finally they said Pinocchio's dad's name. And I was like, yes, I knew it. I knew I was right. And I was excited. I'm all for that. I'm really looking forward to that game. I'll never probably finish it because it's going to be a Souls-like, but
hey, you might do well.
Looking forward to it. It depends on what kind of accessibility features they have, because like Still Rising, the only reason I got that was because there was the ability to not take damage in the game, and I had that on, and I was like, okay, I can do this.
Lloyd saying, hey, everyone was excited about Gollum as well.
Let's not talk about Gollum. That makes me sad. That makes me really sad.
So something that looked good, Sandland by Bandai Namco, featuring artwork by Akira Toriyama. Looks really good.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, though, but it does look kind of cool.
Looks awesome, whatever the hell it is. Like
I get a lot of
action
Ball.
RPG, Dragon Quest-y, big battle. I don't know. It looks cool. I want it. And it's hitting everything. Yay.
Nice.
A showcase was announced for Annapurna later on this month, June 29th. They're going to have a showcase. They're like, oh, can you guess anything from the trailer? And the one thing I can guess from the trailer is Stray for Xbox. Because they showed footage of Stray, and we all know what Stray looks like.
Fair enough.
And we know it's coming to Xbox. So,
all right, Evil West.
They're going to talk about Stray on Xbox. Throne and Liberty got shown off. A tech test was announced, and I didn't care at all.
I have no idea what that is. That was not on the list of games that from the website that I was looking at. So, what's that game?
I think that was the mobile PC online warfare, whatever. I don't know. Party Animals got a release date for September 20th. That is the multiplayer Xbox thing that they're doing. Thimber's saying free MMO is Throne and Liberty.
Okay.
I still don't care.
Yeah, lost me utterly and completely.
Crash Bandicoot Rumble was shown off. that has a June 20th release date. I don't know what's going to save this game.
Nothing. Nothing's going to save that game.
Who knows? Maybe it'll have some depth when it comes out. We can't count it out yet. Hush you.
Sure.
Alan Wake 2 got some gameplay.
Yes.
Okay, talk about it. This is what you've been waiting for.
I want this game. I didn't really have a lot to say about it. I'm just really excited. I am kind of bummed that you don't seem to control Alan Wake so much. Seems like you're mostly controlling this new, very cute FBI agent lady, but
they said it's supposed to be half and half.
Okay, that's nice. So
apparently, parts of the game you can choose to play one more than the other. So it can come down to your preference of who you want to play more. But I'm sure there will be sections where you have to play as one or the other.
Okay, that's kind of cool. All right, I'm more and more looking forward to this then. All right, cool.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
They showed off some new footage for Warhammer Space Marine 2, which I can't wait for. It's going to have co-op and murder and blood, and the collector's edition for it looks so fucking cool.
Yes, it does. I will.
What does the collector's edition look like?
It's the top half of the dude, chainsaw and a monster.
Yeah.
Like above his head.
Yeah, it's pretty damn cool looking. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Pretty damn cool.
Okay.
If you were into this game earlier, this isn't going to change your mind. If you weren't into it earlier, probably still isn't going to change your mind. But
still have my original Space Marine Collector's Edition, so I need to get this one. Yeah.
Well, yes. It's a collector's edition, of course you do.
I've sold a lot.
I've
been paring down, prepping for my death. I mean, this ticker ain't gonna last forever. Yes, your Gray Snowfall was announced by Brave at Night. Just another Kingdom simulator. It's not my kind of thing.
Not even remotely, no.
After that was Toxic Commando, a horror first-person zombie shooter that was, I believe, co-created by John Carpenter.
Oh, okay. So that's the Left 4 Dead shooter that they were talking about. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. Then I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, that looks really good. Baldur's Gate 3 got a new trailer and an announcement that Jason Isaacs will be voicing a character that is slated for August 31st on PS5 and PC. Hopefully it comes to Xbox in the future. They said there's no exclusivity deal. They're a small team. They can only do so much.
Yeah, every time I hear about trailers for this game, all that goes through my head is I thought this was already out.
I think it's in early access, isn't it? Or like partially released or something. I don't know what they did.
I have no idea.
Yeah, no clue.
Anyway, they talk Spider-Man 2. Got its official box art shown off and some footage featuring Venom.
Very nice.
Yes. And they also, separately, I saw they showed off a collector's edition for the game, which features a 19-inch tall statue of Venom.
Oh, okay.
Throwing around both Spider-Men. 19 inches tall. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a bit big, yeah.
And I own these stupid things behind me.
So are you going to get this one too? Or
I might.
Yes.
I might. I don't know. Like,
There's no might do that. Come on now.
There is a might because of the price. It's $230.
You'll buy.
Yeah.
And it will only be available through PlayStation Direct. So scalpers will be out of luck for the most part.
Fuck you.
Yeah. I like when Sony does the PlayStation Direct stuff because it's a lot easier to order. But yeah, that's coming October 20th. That's right around the corner. Pal World is back. It is a Pokemon-style game with guns.
Meh.
I'm sorry, but
it's Pokemon with monster catching, where you like throw the ball out and a little cute monster pops out.
Right.
And there's guns.
Yeah, I could probably get into this.
Do you have the gun or does the monster have the gun?
Yeah, you have a gun and you shoot the shit out of it. It's fantastic.
Wait, so I run around, I shoot animals and then capture them?
Yep.
With a Pokeball?
Yep.
Pretty much.
Doesn't it sound fucking awesome?
I mean, maybe. I mean, it sounds like Monster Hunter with more steps.
It is. Well, less steps, really. I mean, because you don't have to, custom build your gun or put oils on it or anything.
Pick up 17 bones to outfit your gun with a laser scope. That's how things work in Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I look forward to the day when I retire from working and I have time to devote to a Monster Hunter game.
That'll never happen.
One day.
Yeah. Anyway, that's coming January 24.
Okay.
Yeah. They showed off a game called Land of the Morning Light.
What's that?
My notes say Land of the Morning Light was shown off.
Okay.
That's all my notes say.
Alrighty then.
I don't remember.
Useful.
Let me see if I could find anything on it.
That trailer sounds very memorable.
Yeah, I know, right?
Good job, Joe.
End of the where the fuck is it? Scrolling. Liza P, Netflix, Nicolas Cage, Witchfire, Revenant. I don't know. I'm not seeing it in here.
Congrats.
Yeah, I don't see it on there. That's weird. Whatever. What the hell? Lord of the Rings: Return to Moria. Got a trailer showing off some gameplay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it look good?
No.
Oh, that's a fucking shame.
Yeah. Banishers Ghosts of New Eden got a brand new gameplay trailer coming out at the end of the year.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I might have to go look at that, because I remember the first trailer for that. That looked pretty damn cool.
After that, they showed off a trailer for Like a Dragon, The Man Who Erased His Name. Brand new Yakuza game, which is, they're now Like a Dragon games. Coming out November 9th. It'll be a $50 game, so... A little on the cheaper side from Sega.
Thank you. That's awesome.
Indeed. Under the Waves was shown off. It's a story game featuring water exploration. That'll be coming out in August.
That looks like that could be interesting. I think that one, it really depends on how much survival mechanics it's going to have.
Yeah.
If any. If it has a whole bunch of them, it's going to suck. But if it doesn't, it's probably going to be pretty damn fun.
There's probably going to be a lot of survival mechanics.
Probably. It looked like one that would, but...
you want to know something that's boring? You want to know something else boring? Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 has a Season 4 trailer. Aren't you excited?
Yes, can't you hear it in my voice?
Jacob, aren't you just thrilled?
I'm so pumped.
I am wet. Porsche has a series of custom Xbox consoles that you can only win in a contest. So they make these cool-ass designs, and they don't let you buy them.
Well, yeah.
Sounds about right.
I think they said there's 75 of them being made of 6 different designs.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I don't know if it's 75 of each design or 75 total made up of the 6 designs, but either way, it's going to be limited, and they look pretty cool. Shame you can't buy them.
Meh.
Bay Farm is an Animal Crossing styled game with fairies that was announced for PC. It was previously announced for Switch, but it's going to be hitting PC as well. One looked pretty cute.
It exists.
Yeah. Marvel Snap has brand new game mode coming next week. King of Arthur Legends Rise. Oh, that's the fucking mobile whatever. Wayfinder was shown off, coming early access
the
this
mobile
summer.
hold on. The mobile what? King Arthur what?
King Arthur Legends Rise. A mobile game was shown off, and you can pre-register today. It's like one of those mobile clan wars stupid things.
Pieces of shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Let's just call it what it is. Pieces of shit.
Can't judge it.
Yeah, you can.
Yes, you can. I specifically, that's my job.
Fortnite 4, Season 4.
Yippee.
Yay.
I think Optimus Prime is coming in.
Yeah.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Hey, everything is in Fortnite. That is not a sign of falling. That is a sign of massive success at this point.
The fact that that's a sign of success means humanity has fallen too.
Exactly.
But okay.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to disagree on that one.
Yeah.
God, I hate humanity more and more.
Star Trek Infinite is a strategy game that was announced. I think it's strategy.
I don't know.
From the ending, it looked like that's what it was going to be, which is a shame.
A tactical strategy game, maybe.
Is it mobile based? Because that's what they all seem to be anymore.
No, it just showed at the very end, it zoomed out of a universe map and it showed a bunch of like areas that were controlled by different groups, which makes it look to me like an RTS of some sort.
Okay. I mean, Star Trek Armada was really good back in the day. I loved those games.
I just would like, one where you play as a person, you run around and you shoot things with your little laser thing. That's all I want. I don't want an RTS. I don't want a tactics thing. I just want an action adventure game.
So here we go.
So you want them to re-release Elite Force?
What?
Star Trek Elite Force. It was a first-person shooter.
Ooh.
Like way back in the day.
What platform?
Oh God, PlayStation 2.
Expect us to remember that? Jeez, you're weird. That Star Trek Infinite game is a grand strategy game from Paradox.
Nothing.
What IGN is calling it. A full reveal is going to be coming on June 16th. So we'll find out more about that then.
The day after Strange New World starts up its second season. Okay.
I don't think they really need that, because like the moment you heard what type of game it was, either you're like yes or you were like no. No one needs to hear about it at that point, because everyone already knows whether they want it or not. People who like grand strategy, they're going to get it. People who don't are still never going to touch a grand strategy game. We don't need a full reveal. It's a waste.
You know what I'm not gonna touch?
A lot of things.
The Twisted Metal TV show.
Oh.
It looks so bad.
I mean, all we saw was two dudes singing a song when it looked like they were gonna fuck each other.
I saw the trailer for it before, and it did nothing for me. Hearing Will Arnett in action, I'm actually more disappointed hearing his voice, because I think they should have just went with Samoa Joe's natural voice. I think it's a more intimidating voice.
Sure. I'm just gonna nod and say okay.
Look up a promo by the wrestler Samoa Joe. Almost any promo you can think of, and it'll be better than Will Arnett's voice in Twisted Metal. He's just a really good voice actor, so he's going to be in the Suicide Squad game as a voice actor, and and he was replaced on the show. That's so stupid. Lisfanga, a time-shifting game, was announced for PC, releasing later on this year. I still don't know if we're allowed to say the title of the game. That it feels dirty. Lisfanga.
I like it. It's an interesting name.
Usually you have to put some cream down there, but it'll clear up in a few days.
Talk to your doctor about Lisfanga.
It looks interesting, but I think I would very quickly get overwhelmed by its mechanics, because just constantly going back and then forward as a new version of yourself, and then back and then forward as a new version over and over, that would break me, I think.
Yeah.
But it looks really cool.
It does look. It was one of the few highlights of the show. There were only 2 more games after that. Next up was Immortals of Avium. That's coming out in July. That's another first-person magical shooter coming from EA.
Yeah, and you said you didn't like the Doctor Strange magical hand movements.
Yeah, it was weird. Like, ooh, let me do a little tooty-doo for every magic attack that I create.
Yeah. You're going to do a tooty-doo?
Yes, a tooty-doo.
Okay.
Let me write that down. Tooty-doo.
Is that now the name of the episode?
Yes, it is.
I'm going to do a tooty-doo.
I'm going to do a tooty-doo. Tooty-doo, boop. Final game they showed off. The big surprise that he was hyping up the whole show that made everybody in the chat room that I was watching in go, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Yeah. Like, everyone knew the game was coming. Yeah, it's cool that it's coming a lot sooner than we expected, but...
I love how they were like, to introduce this, they were like, the rumors were true. They weren't rumors, they're fucking confirmed, you douche canoe.
He's just like, This might be the most groundbreaking moment in the history of video game announcements, and it's happening live on this stage. Like, just don't oversell the moment, bud.
Yeah, no. Like,
And
maybe I care if I got to play fucking Final Fantasy VII Remake, but these assholes won't put it out on Xbox. Fuck them. That's the nicest way I can put that. I'm sorry.
That's fair. We are getting a new Square game on Xbox this year, so maybe we'll see a few more.
But is that game any good? What is it?
I don't know. It's that Dragon Quest action RPG thing.
That should be okay at the very least.
Yeah,
I don't know if it'll do amazing, but it should be perfectly fine. It should be serviceable at the bare minimum. That game should be serviceable.
Then comes the dilemma. Do you buy the game on Xbox to support the game releasing on Xbox, or do you skip buying the game because Square Enix screws us out of so many games?
You buy it if it looks interesting to you.
Yeah.
So hopefully they'll give us more interesting shit.
Otherwise,
until Sony buys them anyways.
Otherwise, we just get stuck with Avengers.
Yeah. Anyway, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth will be coming early 2024. And guess what, motherfucker? It's going to be on 2 whole discs.
Cool.
Woo! 2 discs!
Why is it on 2 discs?
It's big.
Yeah, but you download most of that shit anyway. Mm-hmm. Why is it on 2 discs? Why isn't it on 1?
Because it's a big game.
Because you need a coaster for you and your dad.
Yeah. Anyway, that was the Summer Game Fest, and I thought it was pretty mediocre. It was followed up by Day of the Devs 23, which was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I was interested in literally almost every last one of those games.
Yeah, they showed off a ton of awesome shit during Day of the Devs, which is the Double Fine Run indie showcase that happens every year. They started off with Beastie Ball from the team behind Chicory and Wandersong. It's like a mix of Pokemon and volleyball RPG.
Yeah, this one I wasn't super into.
It looks unique, to say the least.
God, they said it like 3 or 4 times in that one thing.
In the Hyper Light Breaker one, yeah, they went pretty overboard with the uniques on that one. Hyper Light Breaker got a brand new trailer that is set to enter early access later on this year.
Like all the Hyper Light games, it looks really, really cool looking.
Yeah.
Probably not for me, because I have a feeling lots of explosion-y things, but very pretty.
I call Train. She's on my lap. That's the first time tonight. That took a while. 40 minutes it took for her to get on my lap. Wow. Are you feeling okay, baby? You feeling okay? Oh, yeah, baby.
Was Coltrane not the one that was in your lap throughout the entirety of the game?
Oh my god.
She probably just got fucking tired of you. She's like, I've been in your lap for a long time today. I'm just gonna rest somewhere.
She don't care.
A little bit. Maybe.
It was like every 5 minutes I'm like, oh, Coltrane's on my lap again, in case you were wondering.
Yeah.
They showed off a game called Simpler Times, which looks so incredible. It's just like a cozy experience of like packing stuff and checking out memories.
It reminded me a whole bunch of Unpacked.
Yeah,
it looks so good.
That's the same feeling I got from it. They just said it's coming to PC and consoles. They didn't specify which ones, but hopefully it hits everything.
Yeah, hopefully.
They showed a new trailer for Viewfinder. That is the first person look at a picture and it turns into reality kind of game.
I was so into that. That makes me sad because that's a PlayStation one.
Yeah, that's PS5 on July 18th.
And PS4. I'm pretty sure that was on. I'm pretty sure that one was PS4 and PS5.
I don't think Viewfinder's PS4. I think it needs the SSD speeds for all the worlds that it has to like render on top of each other, and I don't know. It seems like something way too complex for a PS4. It'll be on PC though, so now you just got to update that.
Oh, I'll have a new one next year, so
yay!
Yeah, it took long enough. I originally came in here as the fucking PC person, and I probably have the worst fucking PC out of everybody now.
At least you have one.
Who does it?
Are you okay?
Oh,
Aki, like, what the heck was that? Was that a cough?
No idea. I don't know. I don't know what the sound was, so I don't know.
It sounded like...
No, that was a frustration. That was just frustration that I have the shittiest PC.
Okay. I'm a little worried, but okay.
As you should be. Everyone always should be. Anyways.
Click.
Yeah, I have a problem with double clicking constantly when I have nothing else to do.
Are you looking for news?
No. I probably should be. That'd probably be the smart thing. But no, I'm just highlighting stuff in chat.
Well, they showed off a game called Haunty with 2 eyes.
That looks
where you get
cute.
to possess things.
I'm for that. That game looks cute.
Yeah, this one looks really cute. It'll be out in 2024 on PC and consoles. Vague again. After that was Cart Life. Is a game that was on Steam back in like 2013. Was apparently removed in 2014 after the guy released the source code for the game. And now this is bringing it back onto PC and consoles for new generations with some extra features and stuff like that. It's a business sim that looks very odd.
It just looks like Papers, Please to me.
I never played Papers, Please. So.
That was a good game.
Yeah, I wasn't into it. So it's like, once I saw that it was like Papers, Please, I was like, I don't care anymore.
Something I care about a lot is Hellskate.
That looks so good.
This game looks cool as shit. It's basically Tony Hawk Pro Skater with demons.
Yeah.
And
both you are one and you get to kill the shit out of some.
Yeah.
Providing they don't kill you first anyway.
Yeah. Looks pretty ridiculous. It's going to be hitting early access in early 24.
I'm hyped. That looked good. I've wanted a fucking new Tony Hawk game for a long time, and now we get one, and I'm happy.
Well, apparently one of the designers worked on one of the old Tony Hawk games, so they have some authenticity to it.
Yeah. It looked good.
Next up was Henry Halfhead, the sandbox game where you're half a head, and you get to jump into objects and control them and become different things. Like the one example they showed was the alarm's going off, so you got to wake up, go into the clock, and then go into the battery and jump out of the clock.
That sounds kind of weird.
What the hell is that?
Not me.
Like a cat jump on curtains or something? What the hell is that noise?
Yeah, I kind of assumed it was on your end. Honestly.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Was that on your end, Jacob?
I don't think so. I didn't hear anything.
Okay, all right, whatever.
Why do you have cats jumping on your curtains, Joe?
I don't know. It's not my curtain.
When did you even get curtains?
I have curtain. What was that?
I don't know.
Someone in the kitchen in one of y'all's houses, I think.
Oh, that's my wife.
Oh, so it is you dickhole.
Oh. Yeah, I'm just gonna blame you.
You penis. Cocoon is a world-jumping adventure where you literally go from world to world. You exit a world, which is an orb, and then you can pick it up, and then exit another world, and then use the orb in a different spot and go into the world. It's trippy, and it looks like it's going to hurt my brain.
Yeah, I am so for that game. I am so fucking for it.
Lead designer behind Limbo and Inside, so...
That's one of the primary reasons I'm so for it. I'm like, yes. The moment I saw that, I was like, okay, so I want this game.
That'll hit PC and just generic consoles in 2023. See that one. Ete is a game where you paint the world.
I'm looking forward to this too.
It looks like something out of, like, I would find the Zen feeling of like Power Wash Sim playing this game.
Yeah, and you unlock the world by painting it, which is very much like Beyond Eyes and its sound mechanics that revealed the world to you.
And on top of that, there is a paint studio where you can take objects you've unlocked in the game, remix them on a canvas as much as you want. Apparently, there is no limit to the amount of pieces you can put in an art piece.
Yeah, that sounds really cool.
That sounds like it's going to bog a system, like a Series S is going to cry with that if someone gets really creative.
Yeah, probably.
So.
Just a little bit.
Next up was Summerhill, a folk tale about life, love, and livestock, where it showed a man and his dog just herding sheep.
Oh, yeah, now I remember that. I didn't realize that was a guy, even.
Yeah, this is from the people who did Alto's Adventure.
Okay.
I'm not
cool.
That's the downhill snowboarding game.
Huh, okay. All right, I was expecting
like
it to be something kind of like this.
It's like 2D downhill snowboarding auto renter kind of game.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. I like it. Eternites is a dungeon crawler that mixes dungeon crawling and dating.
Yeah.
And this is confirmed for PlayStation 4 and 5 and PC. And you were so bummed.
Yeah. Yeah. I was so excited that whole trailer. Then at the end, no Xbox.
Nope. Gonna have to wait. Maybe it'll show up in the future, but probably not. Anyway, after that was a game called Retro Gadgets, where you can basically program your own like electronic devices. Like they have people who made a mock Game Boy in the game just through programming. It's ridiculous what you can create.
Yeah, that one's going to be way too complicated for me. I'm not good at games like that at all.
Yeah. Well, it's available now in Steam Early Access. And then coming out June 22nd on Steam Early Access is Mars First Logistics.
Another one I'm too stupid to play.
Where you have to basically piece together. It's like, what's the game where, Besieged, where you create the war machines?
I have no idea. No idea.
But it's like one of those games where you create your own machines to do basic tasks, and it just gets more complex as the game progresses. And it, again, looks like it's going to break my brain. Yeah.
Yeah, that it's just going to be one that's way too complicated for me.
Yeah.
Those require people with brain power, and I ain't got any of that. That's why I review video games.
Point.
Yep.
Final game they showed off was a game called Salt Sea Chronicles. I don't remember much about this one.
I don't remember it at all. So it must have been amazing.
Anyway, after that was the Devolver Direct. If you haven't watched the Devolver Direct, watch it. It is not from the same folks as last year's and the year before. There's a different crew doing this video, but it is just as ridiculous as you would expect. The games they showed off were the Talos Principle 2, which looks great.
Okay.
Nice.
Wizard with a Gun. That looked great.
Yeah, that looked good. Okay. That looked okay.
Human Fall Flat 2, which I know everyone's excited about. Carnage he'd be thrilled if he saw that. Yeah. And then Baby Steps, where you control
like that one.
Where you control a man walking up a hill. It's basic. I believe it's from one of the creators of QWOP.
Yeah, I know. No,
Yeah.
That would ruin my fucking day trying to play that.
Yeah, you just gotta put one foot in front of the other and walk.
Yeah, I can barely do that IRL. I don't want to try and do that in the game.
Yeah,
no, thank you.
Planned for next year on PS5 and PC, maybe other platforms in the future. But those were the directs for the day. Thoughts?
The indie stuff was much better.
Oh, the indie showcase was so much better than the summer game showcase. We do have one more week of this fun stuff. Next week we will have our Xbox roundup, and we'll also probably talk about the Capcom Direct, and we might have a guest joining us. So
okay.
We'll have to see what happens. Nintendo Switch Online got some new additions this week.
Cool.
I act a little more excited.
Cool.
I could, but
Thanks,
you don't
Jacob.
pay me for that.
No problem.
The NES is getting Mystery Tower, which is a Japanese-only title, so that's a cool little nugget of history.
Nice.
Super Nintendo is getting Harvest Moon.
Okay.
OG Harvest Moon. And then Game Boy is getting Blaster Master Enemy Below and Kirby Tilt and Tumble, which includes the motion controls.
Kirby!
So that's pretty dope.
I like.
Yeah. Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge is getting Dimension Shell Shock DLC later on this year. It'll hit all platforms and adds a new game mode and character colors, as well as Usagi Yojimbo, the Samurai Bun Bun.
Nice.
Yeah, buddy. I can't wait for that. Friday the 13th game is going to be delisted in December due to expiring licenses.
Sounds about right.
Yep.
Yeah, that sucks, but I'm nobody's surprised by that. I mean,
No.
The whole thing was a clusterfuck with rights. As good as the game is. It's just.
I think they're finally killing it to put Jason in Dead by Daylight.
Well, supposedly there's already a different Friday the 13th horror game in development, and supposedly it has its ducks in a row, unlike this game did.
Well,
Supposedly.
either way, the game has been dropped to $4.99 and DLC is $1 each.
The servers will be on till 2024.
Yeah, at least until December 2024. It could go on longer, but that's all they've committed to.
Awesome.
Some sales figures. Dead Cells has sold 10 million copies to date.
Cool.
Yep, and Resident Evil Village is over 8 million.
Very nice.
Yeah, and then that would be all, except there was a little bit of fun breaking news just about an hour before we went live, where somebody at Atlas done fucked up.
Oh, this I want to hear about, because I like when people fuck up and it's not me.
Persona 3 Reload, a full remake of Persona 3, and Persona 5 Tactica, a Persona 5 Tactics game, were both revealed on Atlas's Instagram.
Okay.
They put the trailers up early. The trailers ended with Xbox, Xbox One, Xbox Game Pass. So it's safe to assume this was going to air during the Xbox press conference, but it got leaked. So Persona 3 Reload is set for early 2024, Persona 5 Tactica for November 17th.
Okay. Not bad at all.
Yeah. It's cool to see more Persona games hitting Xbox. I'm going to guess they're going to be hitting PlayStation and Switch as well on the same days, just like Persona 3 and 4 did.
I'm guessing someone at Atlas is getting fired.
I just hope this also leads to Xbox getting Persona 5 Strikers. It's like
Who
an action
knows?
RPG version. Yeah. But that's the news I got. Anything on your end?
I got something for once in my life.
Holy shit, you have news?
Yes, only because it made me fucking laugh really hard because it was so stupid. Apple has decided that it's stepping into the AR, VR, MR, whatever the fuck, area with a $3,500 goggle thing, basically.
I still can't believe this shit's real. Like,
Yeah.
I saw the image posted and I thought it was in the meme section. I'm like,
No,
oh, that's fucking
no.
hilarious. Yeah, Apple's gonna do fucking air goggles for $3,500. Who's the idiot that's gonna buy those things? Oh,
Well, no,
they're
the
real.
best
Uh-oh.
Well, no, the best part is I saw one that I thought was a meme as well that listed some of the features that they were promoting with it. Like, you control it with your eyes and hands. Like, everything you control, pretty much everywhere.
Not everything
it
controls with your eyes.
Well, fair enough, I guess. That it has a 2-hour battery life
Oh,
and all day if it's plugged in, because that's how fucking electricity works. I thought all that was
2 hours?
bullshit. Yeah, that's it. That's all the battery pack lasts is 2 hours. Or all day if you plug it in, because that's some crazy
my
new invention
Lord.
called electricity. And I was like, there is no way they're promoting this kind of bullshit, because this sounds so fucking stupid when you sit there and actually look at it. And nope. On the fucking front page of it, nope, that's exactly what they're listing is that shit. And I'm like, guys, for real. It does look interesting though. Not at that price. No, not at that price. They need to make that significantly fucking cheaper if they want anyone to buy this.
The funny thing is, like, I had to go to apple.com to verify it was real, and I still didn't believe it was real. Like, I seriously thought we were back in April, and this was just an elaborate joke. I can't comprehend spending $3,500 on a headset. But
no,
Apple, they target that high-end market with
they target really wealthy people with no brain cells.
I don't know.
And what really kills me is, like, we have holographic technology at this point. We could just take it off the fucking headset and it would work fine.
I doubt it.
I think they could manage it, and I think that'd be better than a fucking headset.
I think if it was that easy, we wouldn't see this costing $3,500. I mean, look at the PSVR 2.
I mean, look at every Apple phone. Look at all the phones Apple's made.
What about them?
How much do they all cost?
A ridiculous amount.
What's changed between the first one and the most current one?
What's that have to do with holographic technology?
Nothing, but my point was that it doesn't matter if they could do it easily without the headset or not. They'd still charge you a ridiculous price because that's what they do with their fucking phones that haven't changed in over a fucking decade, realistically. They charge a lot because that's what Apple does.
All right, what other news do you have?
That was it. That was fucking too hilarious for me to fucking pass up. I had to bring that one up.
Jacob, what about you?
I mean, did we talk about the new Yakuza game?
Yes.
Yes, that was part of the summer.
Oh, I didn't hear you talk about it. So
yeah, we mentioned that it existed. That was about it.
Oh,
we didn't actually talk about it itself.
What more did you want to say about it?
I don't know. I mean, I'm looking forward to it because, I mean, first off, I like the series, but I think it's interesting how there's like two combat modes. Like there's the normal pummel the shit out of your opponents, or you can use these like spy tech devices. I don't know. I think it's going to be ridiculous fun, like always. So I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, Knockout City closed.
Yeah, it did.
Recently, yeah. What was it, on the 6th?
Yep. 2 days ago. Rip Knockout City. I'm sad. I wanted to get a couple more achievements or trophies on PlayStation before it wrapped up, but I just
should have put in the time, yo. I got it finished.
Finished it on Xbox.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I was just trying to get some trophies on PlayStation for the hell of it.
Okay.
Ruper's saying that the Air goggles thing, whatever, has a 48 megapixel camera. I don't know much about cameras, so that doesn't do much for me. I know they talk about having a 3D camera and fun stuff like that, but also this is why serious companies ignore this podcast.
Yep, I'm fine with that.
To be fair, fine with it. Everybody ignores this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jacob, anything else?
No, not really.
What the fuck are you doing over there?
Taking a piss. I had my mic off.
Have we talked about BioWare handing off the Star Wars MMO?
No, go ahead, talk about it.
All I know is they handed off the Star Wars MMO so they could focus on their new Mass Effect and the new Dragon Age game, the one coming based on Inquisition, whatever the fuck they're calling that one. And I don't remember who they're handing it to, but I don't think it was a particularly big place. I don't remember who.
I don't know. Anyway, should we just jump into reviews if there's nothing else really to talk about? We only have a couple reviews to talk about tonight.
Let's do it.
All right, we're going to start off with a fun one. We're doing a re-review. And why?
Woo!
Because we're filthy. We are filthy, horrible people, and we curse a lot during a kid's game. We're going to do this over. Sound good?
I will try to be as silent as possible.
Aki. Jacob, can you keep it clean?
try to be as quiet as possible.
Jacob's still tinkling, I guess. First game to discuss is A Building Full of Cats, but with no profanity. Developed by Devcats, published by Silesia Games, released May 31st on Xbox One and Series X and S, June 1st on PS4 and PS5 for $2.99. A Building Full of Cats is a hidden object game where you need to pet all the cats in the building. Don't leave any cats behind. Jacob, tell us what's going on in A Building Full of Cats.
So, with A Building Full of Cats, I know you're going to get caught off guard by this, but it's a building that's full of cats.
No.
I know. I was shocked. And so what it is that you got hired by the building supervisor to watch after everyone's cats, like while everyone's gone for something. And each room has 50 cats, 50 normal cats, and then 20 hidden ones?
I think 10 to 15.
Something.
I think each one has a few more.
Might be. But anyways, so there's hidden cats, and then there's also this one cat that just keeps popping up on each floor that you have to find a couple of times.
Fernando, I think? Or something
Totino
like that?
Or Fofino?
Fofino, maybe? Not Fernando.
No.
I knew it had an O at the end and an F at the beginning, and Fernando was I could think of.
Nachos?
Fritos. Anyway.
I want nachos so bad now.
Anyway, so it's kind of like a Where's Waldo game, and you're supposed to click on all the cats, and some of them are easy to find, other ones are hidden, within, it's like all you can see is a tail hiding behind the curtain. Other ones are really, you really just end up clicking on every single thing in each apartment. Because sometimes they're in the photos, sometimes they're in a painting, other times it's just this little 2 pixel by 2 pixel drawing of a cat, and somehow that counts.
Yep.
And thankfully,
good.
The game does allow for magnifying. However, it only magnifies it up to a certain point. And there is a hint system, but is it only you get 1 hint per level?
Yes. And
oh gosh!
It only lasts for a couple seconds, and it just circles the general vicinity of where there are unclicked cats.
Yeah, because there was a couple of times that I accidentally hit X, and it was just oh, there goes your hint, and I'm like, no. But
I had no clue there was a hint system in this game.
Well, Joe, not everyone has 50 cats at home and plays this game in real life every day.
That's true.
15, not 50. Big difference.
Sure.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean 15?
I'm pretty sure you have 20-something cats.
I thought it was 14.
Petunia says hi.
I thought it was 27, actually. So.
Nope. Anyway, A Building Full of Cats, Joe's house. Aki, what are your thoughts on this game?
You click cats, and it's hard to find a whole bunch of them. Also, every room changes colors, and so do all the cats. And some of the levels are kind of hard to look at just because
fall into the abyss.
The main every area, the first area might be just this baby blue. The next area might be yellow. The next area might be green. I don't remember the order of any of these actually were in the game. And some of them are just really hard to look at just because the sheer amount of just that color on it just clashes with the lines of everything that's actually in the room. But otherwise, I thought it was a decent game. It was a fun little game. It took me a long time to beat it because some of them cats, they're really well hidden, and some of them are really, really, really small. And when I couldn't find them, I cheated.
I was gonna say, they're hidden well, frustratingly well.
You can find most of them without too much.
Yeah, I've got most of the achievements at this point without looking anything up.
How have you still not finished this?
Greetings to all the raiders that came in. Great timing with that sound clip. Hello, everyone who is watching and hanging out. We were talking about A Building Full of Cats that just released on Xbox and PlayStation last week for $3. We were discussing how many cats are on the floors, how many hidden cats are on the floors.
Not enough.
There's hidden cats in the credit screen. Like,
there's a hidden cat in every screen.
There's just hidden cats. There's a lot of hidden cats, and
there's not enough.
It's a building full. I don't think there's enough because I got 1,000 achievement points in under an hour, and it's only $3. My personal verdict is to absolutely buy this game. It is worth every penny. If you enjoyed stuff like unpacking, it's right up that alley. For $3, I think it's one of the better games you can get.
It's nothing like unpacking, but it's a nice chill game.
You don't find the chill aspect of it like unpacking?
No,
not quite.
And also, I don't find the gameplay like unpacking either.
Yeah, not at all.
I mean,
this is like when I got made fun of it.
Gameplay.
The dev was like, "Does he know what Metroidvania is?"
Yeah.
Well, you called it a straight platformer Metroidvania. I'm just comparing the vibes that you get playing unpacking. I felt the same kind of chill vibes playing this.
That's probably because you were so good at it. For me, it itched a similar, or scratched a similar itch, but not quite the same. I still really liked it. I prefer unpacking significantly more, but this is also a decent, good game. I think most people probably enjoy it unless you get frustrated. Really easy at playing Where's Waldo. If you hate Where's Waldo, probably don't play this. It'll probably make you really mad.
Well, $3 official verdicts.
I'm for it.
Cool. All right,
Aki gives it 3 coughs.
Aki gives it 3 coughs out of. Well, no, I guess one for each $1.
Yep.
So
if we keep it up, she's going to give it. If she keeps it up, it's going to be 1 cough for each cat.
Anyway, next game to talk about is Nocturnal, developed by Sunnyside Games, published by Dear Villagers, released June 7th on Xbox One, Series X and S, Switch, PS4, PS5 for $19.99, Steam for $16.99. After years of traveling, Ardashir finds his native island covered in mysterious fog. Carve your way with fire and steel to find out what happened to your people in this action platformer game. You're the only one who can discover the secrets that lie beyond the mist. Jacob, tell us about Nocturnal.
So it is this action platformer, and you're this soldier who's returning, and you get back on your island, and there's only two corpses waiting to greet you, and you're like, okay. And you get into the buildings, and you're just like, where the heck is everyone? And the only people who are on this island that are even willing to talk to you, one of them is a mysterious old woman, and the other ones are just like people who used to be in your guild, and apparently you turned on them, or they think that you turned on them, or just it's confusing at first because it's just nobody wants to talk to you. Nobody wants to do anything, but everyone does seem to want to kill you. So
Yay.
You better get your wits. What's up?
Yay. Everyone wants to kill you.
Yeah. And so you better keep your wits about you. And I do appreciate that the game does take its time to show you, like, this is how you do this. This is like, this is the next thing. Before introducing, the mist that is covering this island, and you can't be in the mist for too long, otherwise you're going to die too. However, the mist can be beaten back with light, and unfortunately, because it's raining and dark, the only light that you have are from torches that are all over the island. Interestingly enough, they seem to have a very good supply of torches. And so you have to light all these torches on fire so that areas of the level are permanently lit. Sometimes they're used to solve puzzles, and other. Well, those are used to solve puzzles too. But yeah, and so then you eventually start running into various new enemies who are like the soldiers of the mist, I guess you could call it. And if your sword is not on fire, then you are super screwed. And like your sword is only going to do like half damage. Meanwhile, if your sword's on fire, then you're doing like twice the damage. And as you go through, there's like you collect coins and you can use them to redeem to get new powers, or make current powers more just make them stronger, or the flame on your sword will like endure for longer, even though it never seemed like it was actually longer. But yeah, like honestly, I was having a blast with this, and like it kept like it's been keeping me guessing as to like what the heck is all this about. There are some frustrating moments in the game, but thankfully, like there are save points aplenty in here. And on top of it, it's just like anytime I died, it never felt like the game was being cheap or dumb. It was just like, yeah, man, what did you expect? Like went in there with only like half of my life or half of my health going in there. You know, yeah, I didn't expect to make it out of there. But then when you're brought back to life at your save point, you've got a full thing of health. And most of the time I was able to just like power right on through it. It was just like, I just needed that extra little bit of health to get through. However, there are some parts, and the one that annoyed the crap out of me was a part where it's on rails, and it's ingenious. I like the idea, but it's just, for me, it was just such a pain in the butt. But what happened is that like there's a flame, or you have to go through this like long hallway area. Like it is a long ass hallway that's covered in the mist. It's all dark, but there's this like flame that's on like a little rail thing on the ceiling. And so you have to keep up with the flame and keep your sword on fire during this whole thing. So you could beat up anybody who's like coming your way, but you also need to keep up with the flame. And if you don't keep up with the flame, then you're screwed. But if at the same time, if you take time to like get your sword on fire, then you're not as likely to be able to keep up with the flame. And it's just this huge juggling act. It's a pain in the butt. I hated every second of that part. But at the same time, I was like, this is a pretty interesting area and it's pretty challenging. If you're a fan of like old school action platformers like Ninja Gaiden, even like Metroidvanias, even though this one is not like it, I thought it was going to be like it, but it's not. But like if you're a fan of all those kind of like retro games, this thing is absolutely up your alley, and I was having a ton of fun with it.
Oh, well, it is $20. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, $20. $20, I'm okay. Like it was a fairly challenging game, but at the same time, it was fair and it kept me engaged with it. Like I'm very thankful for their save system in that game.
Cool, sounds good. All right, Jacob, that's it for you. We're going to let you get going so you could...
Yay!
What the hell are you going to do? You're like, oh, I want to leave early.
Well, I'm going to go play video games and, like, hang out with my wife. Like, you know?
So nothing, basically.
No. Whatever. You're all just jealous.
Post to Facebook or some shit. Next game to talk about, Saints Row, the Heist and the Hazardous, developed by Deep Silver Volition, published by Deep Silver, released August last year on Xbox One, Series X and S, PS4, PS5, and Epic Games Store. Well, Saints Row released August last year for $59.99. The Heist and the Hazardous released May 9th for Saints Row for $9.99. Is part of the expansion pass for $29.99. When obnoxious movie star Chris Hardy double-crosses the boss on a successful assassination hit, the Saints take sweet revenge with a swaggering, stylish black tie heist. Aki, what is going on in the Heist and the Hazardous?
Okay. In this, you get basically a hit that you can do. There's actually an app in-game for people to post people they want killed and how much they're willing to pay for it. And you are given a $1 million hit, basically, that you can go to pull off. And, it's up to you to go do it. And then you meet Chris Hardy. And instead of paying you that, he pays you with a autographed headshot.
Yeah, he's a dick.
Yeah. And then he has you knocked out and thrown, off a cliff. Because he's a dick. So because he is part of the, what was it? The Heist and the Hazardous series. Yes. All of you can probably guess what that's referencing. If you can't, then I don't have words for you. I'm sorry. So you decide, well, we're just going to steal the shit that he has and sell it off and make some money. Because, fuck this guy. And then you go throughout this thing, you guys plan the heist, and then you go and do it. And it's really fun. It is also very short. It's like...
I think it's only 3 campaign missions.
I didn't even realize it was a full 3. Because one of them is the app mission itself, the assassination, which is just a straightforward go in and kill a bunch of people, admittedly, and leave. The second one I assume is setting up the stuff you need, but I don't remember doing any of that, honestly. And the third one is actually doing the heist, which was really funny. And yeah, they're each one's very short. I think in total it took me like an hour-ish to beat this DLC, which was sad. I didn't even realize this was the DLC until after I had already beaten it and had been playing for another few hours. I was like, wait, that was the DLC, wasn't it?
Well, to be fair, the DLC is more than just the missions. It also includes a new helicopter, the Pain and Gain weapon, which I think is cool as hell.
I love that weapon.
Just shooting fucking dumbbells at people and then dragging them. Oh my god.
No, I don't even use it as a weapon.
A mini HQ, a bunch of new outfits and cosmetics, wingsuit designs. So it's more than just the 3 missions. You are getting a decent amount of extra stuff in with the campaign missions. It's just the campaign itself is on the short side, and it's not the best that the game has to offer.
Okay, are all the wingsuit missions from this DLC?
No, just the kaijus.
Okay, that's a good chunk of them. Okay, I like those. They are very hard, but they are very fun to do. I just thought that was part of the main game. The helicopter that you get is one that you use in the actual mission. It is a very good one, especially if you're starting the game like I was, and therefore that was the first helicopter you got, period. Because this can be started immediately after you get your first base set up, basically, that isn't your house. When you finally start your criminal empire, immediately after you can start this stuff. So that, if you do it then, that will be the first helicopter you get, and it is a pretty kick-ass helicopter. It has missiles, it has a machine gun, it's really nice, I really like it. You also get his house. That is your new HQ. You get a house in the rich people neighborhood. It has a standard garage and it has a helipad, so you can start stealing helicopters and placing them there. Because there are some that you may, depending on how much you've looked around, you may have found helicopters, but with this base, you can actually store them. Otherwise, you have to wait until later in the game when you get one that has a helipad. The kaiju juice... what was it called?
Wingsuit events.
Wingsuit events. Those are really, really fun. Basically, in it, you're put into a helicopter and you jump out and you open your wingsuit so you can fly around, and you have to go through these giant circles, and there's a ring inside the circle, and if you get inside that ring, you get a perfect one. And there's different amounts of them depending on which one you do. I think the smallest I've seen was like 19 and the largest I've seen was like 38. But in most of them, you don't have to get all of them in order to complete it. You have to get a certain amount, which changes again with every last one. But if you get through every ring, you get some more XP. If you get a perfect through every ring, you get more XP. They're really fun. They're challenging, but they're really fun. I really like the wingsuit. The gun that we mentioned, the Pain and Gain gun, basically it's a launcher that launches a dumbbell, more or less, with a rope attached to it. It's a charge-up gun, so you can't just fire it rapidly. You actually have to hold the button. It'll charge up and then fire on its own. And it does pretty decent damage, realistically speaking. However, you can use it that way as a proper gun, or you can use it my way, which is to get around. Because the thing is, if you miss an enemy, it yanks you, sends you flying in whatever direction. So if you aim it really high and just let it fire, it'll yank you into the air high enough that you go into your wingsuit mode and then you can just fly around whenever you want.
I never thought to try that.
I've had that weapon in my inventory almost the entire game, because you get that well before these missions start. I've almost exclusively used it for that.
That is beautiful. That is...
It's amazing, because the thing is, going via air like that in your wingsuit is faster than going by car, which shouldn't be possible, because you're just gliding, but you move faster than the car. And you can go over buildings and stuff. Also, when you're in your wingsuit, after you get into it the first time, you can also do a boost. You only get one unless you bounce off of something. And in the main game, I don't think there's actually an area to bounce off of. In those little kaiju missions, you can bounce off of stuff in those. They're set up specifically for that. But in the main world, I don't think you can anywhere. But so you get one boost every time you go into the air, which means you can boost and go almost straight up to get even more height and fly even further. And that's what I do. I use that to get around constantly. I love that thing. And yeah, I don't know what wingsuits are part of the DLC and what are part of the main game. So I can't really tell you anything on that. Same with any of the outfits. I'm not sure what's part of the main game and what's part of the DLC. But I do like a lot of the clothing options you get. And there's a few of the wingsuits that I really like. So I've enjoyed it so far.
What are your thoughts on Saints Row as a whole? Because when it first came out, it got a lot of shit. Do you think it's warranted? Do you think it kind of stands on its own now that it's been some time? What are your thoughts on Saints Row as a whole?
Well, everything that I heard, all the complaints were people didn't like any of your team, basically. They didn't like any of the new people.
Oh, they're awful.
I actually kind of like them, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I like Nia. I think she's really sassy. She's no Kinsey, mind you, but she's not bad. I like her. I don't like No Shirt Fabio. He bores me. But there's been one set of missions, technically, that have just brought this game full around to making me like, I really like this game. And it's for the Poindexter dude. Eli, I think is his name. He has a set of missions where you go LARPing with him. They are so fun and it's so cute and I love it. And I was like, okay, I love this. Those were some of my favorite missions out of everything I've played in the game so far were those. They were so fun.
Oh, Lord.
But yeah, overall, the game's not bad. I don't think it has as much character for your NPC buddies as the prior game does, but in the prior games, they were a lot more, larger than life because they kind of had to be to fit the batshit insane story that they had, whereas this is significantly more toned down because you can't just keep getting bigger and bigger after you've blown up the fucking Earth.
Nah,
there's not much bigger to get at that point, so they had to tone it down. So I don't particularly mind it all that much. Originally, I didn't particularly like the characters, but they've grown on me quite a bit. Other than No Shirt Guy, he's still
your
so
favorite.
fucking
Your favorite.
No, he is so fucking bland.
We know you love him. Those abs. The game is $60. What are your thoughts on that?
From what I've played so far, I think that might be pushing it. I think this would be more of a $40 game. At least from what I've played so far. I've not even finished half of it, I don't think.
We got some more to go. The DLC's $10. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's probably worth that. You'll get at least an hour or two out of it, and I think it's really fun. So right. Yeah,
the season pass is $30. Do you think it's worth jumping on that now, or should people wait and see what the other DLC has to come?
I think wait for the next DLC. If it's as good as this one was, then it'll totally be worth it.
All right, one more to go. Saints Row Gold Edition, normally $89.99 for the next week and a half, $44.99. What are your thoughts?
That's definitely a buy it. I can easily suggest that as a buy it, especially since it includes all the DLC. Yeah, go get it.
Yeah,
I think people will actually enjoy that.
Funny enough, the base game is not on sale. It's just the gold edition that's on sale.
Sounds about right.
And if you want to drop another $5, you could get Saints Row the Third included with the Platinum Edition for $50.
And I cannot suggest that game highly enough.
Oh, I was gonna say, I love Saints Row the Third.
Yeah, I think that's probably my favorite. Like the fourth one is okay. Out of Hell is okay, but 3, that's where it's at. And no one's gonna top Kinsey. Sorry, she's perfect. And I'm sad they got rid of her.
Well, anyway, next game, Shame Legacy, developed by Fairyship Games and Revenant Games, published by Destructive Creations, released May 30th on Xbox One and PS4 for $29.99, Series X and S, PS5 for $34.99, PC for $24.99. Shame Legacy is a first-person survival horror set in a forsaken cultist village. You attempt to survive using stealth and escape. By solving puzzles, you unravel the mystery that's haunting you or hunting you. Aki, what's going on in Shame Legacy?
Well, partially a bunch of bullshit and partly crazy motherfuckers.
Bullshit.
You wake up after having a seizure, I believe is what the guy says, in the middle of fucking nowhere, and his family's missing, and he doesn't know where they are, apparently, and he's trying to find a way back home or something. I'm not entirely sure, because the beginning doesn't really explain anything. And yeah, you go into this village, everything seems familiar, but you're like, I don't know why. I definitely haven't been here before. I don't know what the fuck this place is. And then as you go through more and more, you're like, man, why is this all so familiar? I know this place. I've been here before, but I know I couldn't have been here before. What the fuck's going on? Also, there's a big fuck off demon trying to eat your face, and it's on fire and everything, and it's an asshole. And those always lead into running away from him moments. Otherwise, it's mostly stealthing around crazy fuckers that live in this village that are all belong to a psycho cult that really want your head on a stick for some reason. You can't really defend yourself particularly well in this game. Near the beginning, you get access to this weird mace-looking thing. I think it's supposed to be a cane, but it looks a lot more like a mace to me. And when enemies come up and try to catch you, they'll grab onto that, and you can fight them off and basically whack them in the head with it and knock them unconscious for like 5 seconds before they get up and they're like, what the fuck happened? And in those 5 seconds, you better get the fuck away from them or they're going to kill you. The irritating part about this is you can't just do that to all the enemies that you see. Because after you knock one out, you don't even kill them, you just knock them out. After that, your character decides they're going to have a panic attack.
Yay.
Yeah, so after that, you either have to continue forward until you get through a chase sequence or into the next scene. I'm not sure what exactly causes him to stop being a little bitch. Or you have to find these tranquilizer potions to calm you down. There's an achievement in the game for not drinking any of these potions. There's an achievement in the game for not dying. And most of the achievements are just for playing through the game. Thank fuck for that. There's also a timed achievement for beating it in under 2 hours. I'm not getting that this run, at least. The stealth is not particularly stealthy. It's more of an avoidance game as long... You're just trying to dance outside of their vision cone, more or less. You do not see their vision cone, but they do react very heavily on hearing you, and you do get a noise meter. Basically, if you're crouched and you're walking, it's a 1. If you're standing and walking, it's a 2. If you're running, it's a 3. And that's the extent of that meter. And they are quick little bastards. And again, they really want your head on a fucking stick. If you're having a panic attack, you can't run for as long. Because as long as you're not having a panic attack, if you click the button to run, you will run. You will just keep running. You won't stop. You will run as long as you want to run. He does not go out of breath, at least from what I've seen so far. However, if you're having the panic attack, you run for like about a second or two, and then you're like, oh god, oh god, oh god, and you slow to a crawl or stop altogether, and then it takes a couple seconds before you can start running again. So that's a problem with, the panic attacks. Another big problem with the panic attack is that after you knock someone out and you start having a panic attack, if you don't fix that shit, the next person is going to kill your ass. And they ain't going to be hard for them either. You don't get to fight them off that time. And that's if you fight someone off the first time to get the panic attack to start, because that's actually not very easy either, because it puts you in a very tightly timed environment. Basically, there's two different versions of knocking a motherfucker out. There's both of them, they grab the fucking rod. It's just which one of these pops up. One of them is you have to move the right stick along this line, and when it hits a certain point, somewhere on one side or the other, it suddenly switches to the left bumper, and it tells you to just click that a whole bunch. That part is really hard, because you don't know which side it's going to be on, and if you can easily go off of it too, which makes it hard, because it starts jiggling around a bit when you're hitting the left bumper, which can knock you out. And if you get knocked out of it, you have to get back into it and start from the beginning again. And at that point, you're probably going to die. After that, you have to do that twice. And then the left and right bumper buttons will appear on there, and you just push them together, and then he clocks the motherfucker on the side of the head. And the other one is you move the right stick into a circle and then tap the left bumper, and you do that a couple times, and then again the two bumpers together. That one's significantly easier, at least for me, which might be because I played a lot of Watch Dogs and all the drinking games in that revolved around that, and I did that like twice. So I have practice with that one. Basically you're just, crouching around trying to not be seen or heard by assholes. It occasionally adds new mechanics, like traps are added to it a little bit into it. And if you step on that, it alerts everyone around you to your existence, and you're not going to get away fast enough. So if that happens, just open up the menu and click load last, because you're not getting away. That's what I found to be very, very true every time I've touched one. I've taken like 3 steps before someone's grabbed me. So it's like, just click load last checkpoint. It sucks to have to go through all this stuff again, but it's so much faster because you're going to have to go through that load-in screen any fucking way. But yeah,
go ahead.
The story is kind of out there because your characters doesn't seem to really understand what's going on, which is nice because neither do you, the player. I think the visuals are, some of them are good, some of them not so much. Like the environment is okay-ish at best. The characters, whilst they don't have super realism, like you're not going to look at their skin be like, oh yeah, that's what real people's skin looks like. But they do look really good, fairly realistic otherwise. They move pretty realistically. They're just as crazy as real people are. And yeah, I've liked what I've played of it so far. But it also has its irritating moments because the stealth is kind of a pain in the ass.
Well, the game ranges in price from $25 to $35, depending on the platform you buy it on. What are your thoughts?
I think this is a good $20 game, so I'd buy it on sale at that point. If you're really good, if you're a speedrunner, $35 is probably perfectly fine for you because you're probably going to get real good at this real quick because you're a god or whatever. For everyone else, I would suggest more like a $20 price point on sale. And yeah, it has some good points. It has some bad points. So it's okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Alrighty. One final game to talk about tonight. It's called Senses Midnight, developed by SUZAKU Games and eastasiasoft, published by eastasiasoft. Released June 7th on Xbox One, Series X and S, Switch, PS4, PS5 for $14.99. As an occult researcher, discover the secret of the Midnight Door while avoiding the grip of its victims' corrupted spirits. Inspired by classic survival horror titles, explore, investigate, and survive a terrifying and deadly night in the abandoned walking park. Aki, what is going on in Senses Midnight?
Okay, in this you play as, I think her name was Kayo? I think Kaoh, I believe is what it was. I'm not sure because I don't remember much besides the fact that she breastily boobies everywhere. With her like double L's or whatever the hell they are, that are bigger than her head. She decides to visit this old abandoned park late at night. And I'm pretty sure it's outright against the law to be in there. Just in general, it's condemned or something. And she's done that because there is a rumor going around that if you knock on this door at midnight on a new moon or what the fuck ever it is, then some ghost will come out and steal you away, never to be heard from. And yeah, so your character's stupid, and they're part of basically a bunch of occult clubs, and they're going to school for occult shit. So they're like, yeah, I'm going to go test this out because, you know, if it's fake, haha, if it's real, that's kind of how everyone in these situations deal with things. So your double L cup lady walks around barely.
I was waiting when you would mention that.
Oh no, I mentioned that near the beginning. She breasted boobily with her L cups. That was one of the first things I said.
I guess I'm just immune to it now.
Probably.
Maybe.
So in this, you walk. Yeah, you walk around, and you can just basically more or less see this little park. And eventually, it forces you to do the stupid thing, which is to knock on the door like a dumbass, and then take a selfie there because you're like, haha, it's nothing. And then ghosts start chasing you because you're a dumb shit and you did the thing you shouldn't have done. And you have basically this female ghost that's after you. That spine is pulled almost completely out of her body, and it looks kind of like a centipede because of that. Who chases after you, and if she touches you, you die. You just die. There's no fighting her off. No, oh, she touched me once, but I survived somehow. No, she touches you, you die. You go. You do not pass go. You do not collect $200. You fuck off to your grave. The end. Thankfully, the game allows you to save everywhere. When it was first released, it would not allow you to do that. Apparently, it only allowed you to save at the 2 or 3 shrines that are in the game.
Ouch.
They're still in the game. Yeah, they're still in the game, and they will still do an autosave, I believe. I'm not entirely sure if they actually do anything, because I have looked at my saves after I've saved there, and I haven't seen anything. But I have to assume it allows you to save. I don't know. But basically throughout this game, you are trying to find a way the fuck out of this piece of shit place, while not getting caught by her or any of the other random restless spirits that want to dry hump you. You eventually find these little, y'all know yin-yang symbols, right? Well, those are magatamas, I think is how they're pronounced, are what both of those 2 little teardrop-shaped things are. And you can find those, and they protect you from getting killed by the spirits once, and then they break. There's only a certain amount of them in the game, so don't be stupid, is what I'm saying. Otherwise, this is very much escape the room puzzle game, except for it's a lot bigger of a fucking room, because you are basically still in a box. This entire place is a big box because it is completely walled off from the outside. So it's still escape the room. The room is huge. So you have to find different pieces and different notes and figure out what they mean and find ways to open other doors within the facility so you can find pieces that you need to solve other doors so you can get further into the facility so you can eventually find the information and the items you need to get the fuck out of this bitch. There are 3 endings, I believe. There's a good ending, a bad ending, and then I believe a true ending, which you can't get in the main game. When you start New Game, you cannot get the true ending. Why? Because you're a bit. And 2, because they decided to put that locked behind New Game Plus, where all the ghosts get significantly faster, and you're just fucked. That's really all there is to it. You're fucked. I did not get anywhere in that. I gave up. I managed to beat the main game, and that's all you have to play in order to get all the achievements in the game. There are 2 unlockable outfits in the game. One of them you unlock by starting New Game Plus. It's automatically in there in New Game Plus. And the last one you unlock in each of the modes by collecting little gacha coins. There are 12 of them in the game. They don't change in between New Game and New Game Plus. So once you know where they are, that's where they are. Nothing actually changes between the 2, other than ghosts move much faster, which is what fucks you. And that other outfit, the one that you unlock in each one, is a swimsuit. And it is fantastic. I'm just going to say. It is
well, great. Anyway, the game is $15.
Yeah, I'm for it. I think if you like this type of game, if you like Escape the Rooms, if you like stuff that moves at you really quick that you have to dodge, you're going to like this game. If you don't like either of those things at all, probably not the game for you. Even if you really like boobs, because that's not going to sell you on this game enough. No matter the jiggle physics, it doesn't matter. If you don't like those 2 things, you're not going to like this game. So yeah, otherwise, I think if you like these types of games, you're going to love this game. It is really decent. It's not particularly super long. I think the fastest I've seen anyone beat this is like 28 minutes and something seconds.
Jeez.
So yeah, that was a speedrunner though. I think it took me like 9 hours, I think. I have significantly more time in it than that, but that's because I would leave it on and try to look up what I was doing wrong. And while you're paused, it still continues the time. So I don't know how long I actually spent in it. But I thought it was a good game. I enjoyed it.
Cool. And it is on sale for another week or 2 for $12 instead of $15, so you could save $3.
Sadly, I don't think it's in any relation to the other Sense game, whatever it was.
I don't know if the stories are related, but it is the same developer.
It is? Okay.
Yes.
Then it's probably connected. All I know is they really, really like busty women.
Yeah. Just a different publisher this time around.
Okay.
All right, that is it for this episode. Made it through another one. Talked about a whole bunch of press conferences that bored the shit out of us. So, yeah. Music. I'll just play something from our friend Panuganti. He just put out Tears of the Kingdom album. Good shit all around. We were going to listen to something from, actually, is it Breath of the Wild or is it? I don't remember what it's called Return to the Wild. I thought it was Tears of the Kingdom. I don't know. I give up. I'm just going to play a song. What do you think?
Sounds good to me. Fuck it.
Rise, my servants. Sweep over Hyrule. Eliminate this kingdom and her allies. Leave no survivors.